everyone had a positive day today or what? Because I know I have. Yes. Connor, mate, I'm going to ask you one more thing again. Chat box, how do I get that up again?
So you got that green and red?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Got it.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'm just going to basically go through the harmonics with you. All the indicators, everything you've got to know really about the secret sauce, but it's not really a secret now, is it? Because I'm going to tell you. So, honestly, I need to improve on my computer skills, me. Right, so there we go, guys. Right, so the harmonic scanner, yeah, it's a fully automated digital pattern recognition software. So, layman's terms, it's an algorithm what knocks out a pattern.
Kieran, we can't see it, bro.
You can't see it?
No, click on share screen, and then you got to click on the screen that it's on.
Oh, right.
I'm going to cut all this bit out of the recording for you. There you go. All right, it was just up.
You see that now?
No, I can still see YouTube, but I can see it moving about. I can see you moving about at the moment.
New share. Ah, there we go. Look, jackpot. Boom.
There you go.
Boom. So there we go. All right, guys. Yeah. So it's a fully automated digital pattern recognition software. So it identifies multiple high probable trade ideas. So it's high probable trade. They're not all 100% or every single pattern. And you can use it as a confirmation tool for your trade analysis. And you can basically put your strategies to it, different strategies. So obviously all it does is it's a robot, and it goes from obviously previous data, and it knocks out, obviously it's the algorithm based. So, and then it'll give you like different setups for different pairs, and then you get different patterns, you see. So your indicators, yeah. So you've got your Hekinashi candles. I think I've said that right. They're just cleaner candles. They're a lot different than normal candlesticks. They're a lot cleaner. And then you get your Dunchain channels. So these like act as like Bollinger Bands. So obviously when price hits them, they like to snap back like a bouncy ball. Do you know what I mean? So I'll show you that on the actual scanner. And then you've got your McGinley dynamics. So see how you got three, because that's three different entries you can get on one pair. So obviously they're like an EMA, yeah. So but they're a lot tighter to price, and it gives you better entries. So like I say, you get three different entries on your currency pair with that. And then you've got your good old stochastic. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me, that's stochastics, yeah. So obviously that's just basically that detects who's in control, whether it's a buy or a sell. And then you've got your awesome oscillator. Come on, like look at that. It says it in the title. Looks, it's awesome. You know what I mean? So you've got your awesome oscillator, and that's a momentum based indicator, that, and you can use it to detect trend movements and movement in the trends. And then you get your DMI, which is your directional moving index. That's just also like your stochastic. It's just tells you who's in control of the market, whether it's the buyers or the sellers. But if you just want to take like a picture or a screenshot of your indicators, because it's got your different inputs, your coordinations and stuff in it. So when you actually set them up, you already know what you're going to set them up as. But I'll go through that with all of you now, how to set them up as well. So can everybody hear me all right, yeah? So now I'll try and share this screen again. There we go. Oh, good job, I've got nothing inappropriate on there, innit? Right. So boom, easy scanner, guys, right? So I've set this up from earlier on for everybody. So I'll go through literally everything now. Let me get rid of all this. Should have really done this before in life, but so So boom, yeah. So easy scanner, guys, right? And so your indicators, you want to click indicators and literally just type in. So if you want to, yeah, your candles are up here. So you want to switch it to Ganassi candles like that. You want to go to your indicators and then just type in McGinley dynamic. Click your McGinley. So you will click that 3 times to get all 3 up. So click that 3 times. And then over here, you just click on your little settings and then you go to inputs. And then there you go, you type in 4. And then you could just go down them. Then you type in your 20. Then continue to go down, type in your 50. And then obviously go indicators, type in stochastic. Not the RSI, it's just your stochastic. Just click that. And then with that, you'll go on your settings. You'll type in length 14, your smooth K 7, and then your smooth D 3. And you go down to your awesome oscillator, also known as AO settings. With this, you don't really need to set. This is only if you transfer it to trading view, because or even on the harmonics, you can just beef the colors up a little bit. So obviously you want it on red, and then you can just beef it up, because if it's when it's like that, look, it's not really that visible. So I just like to beef them up a little bit. And then you go to your DMI settings. So your length, you want to have 5, and your ADX, you want 1. Okay. So, right, so we'll get onto the entries now. So actually, right, so these are your, sorry, your Dunchain channels. I've nearly forgot them there. So you just type in DC, there it is, Dunchain channels. And then you want to go up to these, and then you just want to put them on length 50 as well. And then that brings these up here, look. So see how they're like Bollinger Bands. So obviously when price comes to them, just go boom, and then bounce off. So for your first entry, yeah, you want your channel to hit your entry. Like, see how that's perfectly hit. So it's like on a perfect hit there. That's how you want it. But it doesn't really matter, even if it's below the entry, that's fine. Or if it's just a little bit above the entry, that's fine. But you want your price always to hit the channel. Like, it must hit that channel, or I wouldn't go in for it at all. But even if the wick touches it, that's fine. Yeah. And then with your for your first entry with your candle, you always want it to cross the 4 McGinley. So I've turned the other 2 off just so it's a bit more cleaner for you. So your 4 McGinley is this blue line here. So you'd want your candle to cross with a flat bottom, yeah? So it always has to have a flat bottom. If there's a little wick, leave it. So see how this one's got a wick? I wouldn't touch that candle. So this is for your first entry candle. So you would get in, you would let it play out. So here's your first candle here. So you would get in, and I'll discuss how you would get in at that first candle next, yeah? So there's your first candle. See how it's crossed the blue line with a flat bottom. So I would really wait for that to play out. And then as soon as that candle is closed, I would jump in on this candle. So you jump in there. So your second confirmation, yeah, to enter. Here on your stochastic, you got your blue line and your red line, yeah. Your blue line always must be above the red line, and that's telling you that the buyers are in control. So that's another confirmation. So that's just for the buy blue, buy red, sell. So make sure the blue line is above your red line. So there, we've got a second. For your third, we've got the awesome oscillator, guys. So this is your momentum based one, remember. You're always looking for a blue line So that's a blue up. See how this is negative, yeah? And then this is positive.
Is that
So
why
you
you
can
wouldn't
still-
enter there?
Sorry, mate, what's that?
Is that why you wouldn't enter on the negative side, even though it's blue?
You
Because
can,
it's
you
down,
can,
yeah?
even if it's blue on the negative, even if that was down in negative and it was blue, you would still.
So why couldn't you? Sorry, I might have missed this. Why can't you enter on those candle 1, 2? Why can't you enter on that fourth candle, that third candle from the D?
I'm going to get to that after
Okay,
this.
cool.
After this
Sorry.
bottom one.
I got excited.
So, right, down at the bottom, hold on, let me move, I need to move this over here. There we go. Right, so on the bottom here, this is your direction moving index, yeah? You want your blue line above the red, just like on your stochastic, yeah? And then you want your black line, this is your ADX, so you want that above the 40. So if I just come over here and I'll get rid of this, I'll come up to here, I'll bring a horizontal line up, and then I just click it in here, yeah? Double tap, hit coordinates, type in 40, enter, and that'll line up here, look, see on the side there, that'll line up at your 40. You always want that black line to cross the 40, and then that's telling you that the buyers, that it's definitely an uptrend, the buyers are totally in control. So if it was down here, look, see on these Connor, these candles, so your black line is down below here. So have you seen how you've got your drawdown now? Because it's unsure.
Okay, cool. So that's basically just to try and get that perfect entry without a drawdown.
So that's the perfect entry. You
Okay,
always want your black line above this 40 here.
Makes sense.
So, and then obviously would click that as a confirmation. Vertical line, bam. So I'm gonna double click this now and I'll show you. See how it's literally just crossed on this candle. If I went on the candle before, look, it's not crossed, but now it's crossed. So that's the perfect entry. This is the perfect entry right now. So I would go in. So this is about risk. Remember your risk, because your risk got to be bang on, guys. If I was to do one currency, because you're going to get free entries on your trade, yeah. So I would only maximum spread them free entries out. If I was managed to get all free, I would only spread it out across 1% risk. So I'll come to my position size calculator, type the currency pair, GBP. Obviously, if you're on 100k funded, type in your account size. I want 0.5 risk. I normally work on a 10 to 15 pip stop loss, because obviously I've been doing this a while now, so I know like the perfect entries, but I would recommend doing 20 to 30 pips stop losses if you're just starting out. So obviously you're going to be risking £300, and that's your lot size 2.0. So obviously you'd go to your MetaTrader app, and then you'd get in on that trade on a 2 lot size. But I would only get in on that candle when the previous one closes. Then the next one gets straight into the next candle, you see.
Is there a way to work out your stop loss on here, bro? Like, is there a
yeah? So obviously you go to your long position, you click at the candle, and then this is your stop loss here. So see here, it's the first 2 to what your pip is.
Well,
so
where would you have it? Where would you put your stop loss? Would you say to bring it down to where the D point is, or?
So I would do it. No, I wouldn't use the stop loss what's on the harmonic scanner.
Okay, cool.
I would use my stop loss to what I'm willing to really. I normally work on a 20 to 15, 10 to 15 pip stop loss.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if there was like a method to work out a stop loss on this. You know, I wasn't sure how it works. So that's cool. So whatever you're just comfortable with risking, basically.
Whatever you're comfortable with, really. Yeah. So I would always put my stop loss to where the first entry candle was.
Yeah, cool.
To be fair.
Perfect.
Or 20 pips, 15 pips, but I would never use their stop loss, because look at that. Look at that. You look like, what, 50 pips nearly? Nah, I'm all right, thanks. I will do my 20 pip stop loss. But I normally do I normally do a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to reward. But on so you would take it till you take profit. On the harmonic scanner, you wouldn't make your own. You would take it to the harmonic scanners, take profits, because obviously that's the previous, it goes by previous structure, you see. So TP2. So that's bringing it out like a 1-to-1 risk on that trade. But like I say, I do normally do like a 1 to 3. So I would have took it all the way up to its Fed. But to be safe, you can always take it to its TP2 or TP1. And if it continues to climb, just move it up to the next take profit. So it's pretty simple. So yeah, that's your first entry with your candle. What we'll do is we'll go over the second entry now. So for your second entry, you turn on your McGinley 20. So you remember your first entry is your McGinley 4. Your second entry is your McGinley 20. Also, I got in there. So see it's right. So see this next candle, literally. See if that right. So for your second entry, the black line has to cross the 4. So the 20 has to cross the 4. So let me zoom in. It's dead important that you get it on the cross. So see how that first entry was just on the 4 and it's not crossed. It's not quite crossed yet. So on your second entry, you'd have got on your next candle, you would have literally got a second entry on this one. So can you see here, look, how it's crossed with the blue and the black? So you would get in only if obviously all your other confirmations line up, you see. So that's your candle entry there. Remember flat bottom as well, and make sure it's crossed on the cross. So you want it on a flat bottom. You want the blue line above the red. You want your blue line on your awesome oscillator, your AO. But obviously, so say if it's in negative, that's fine. But as soon as it switches to positive, you know it's on a big uptrend then. And then you got the ADX here, it's above the 40, look. And then your blue line is above your red. So you'd have got in on another entry. So for the second entry, like I was telling you before, I would only spread this currency pair out over 1%. So you'd come back here and you just change it to 3. Calculate. You want a 0.3. And then, like I say, you stop loss. I do it on a 20 pip. 20 pip stop loss. Like you say, you just get your long position out again. Put out your candle. Then put out your stop loss. But obviously, I wouldn't up my lot size, because if it did reverse, yeah, and then you're just gonna lose more on your second entry than you are on your first. So I wouldn't up your stop loss. I would bring it down. I wouldn't up it. I wouldn't up your lot sizes. And then obviously your third entry, all you want to do is turn on your 50. So beautiful. So you would have got all 3 entries on this one trade. Look. So see, it's exactly the same as your previous. So you can change the colors of the lines if you want, whichever works for you. But see how we've got a cross here now with the blue. We want it to cross straight away. So it'll be this candle, flat bottom. So as soon as this candle closes and that one opens and it's flat bottom and it's on the cross, like that, and then I check, the blue line's just over the red. So there's your second. Your third, obviously there you go, you got your blue line still on your AO. And then you come down, then you've got your ADX line, it's above your 40 still. So just telling us that it's a buy. And then your blue line above your red line here, look. So you'd have got all 3 entries, and same again, you come here. Might put this on the 0, 1. It's telling you to put 0 points. 0, 2. And then that makes it to your 1%. So your 5, your 3, and your 2 makes it 1%. So you put 1.3 lot sizes on that trade as well, on your third entry. Sometimes you don't get all 3 entries though, because sometimes you might have, your candle might have a wick on the bottom. It might not have a flat bottom, so you might not get a second entry, you might not get a third entry. But see how many pips you'd have collected. You would have, on this one, see, on this second one here, you'd have had a little tiny bit of drawdown, but and then it's went back up. So you're going to collect here, literally, on your first candle, there's 53 pips. Second candle, another 51 pips. And then on your third, literally, boom, that, another 43 pips. So if you do the maths, it's like, it's well over 100 pips, 150 pips. You'd have caught on that one trade. And look, it even still continued to climb. So, but a lot of people might jump out. Some people don't like to wait in the trade. So you might have jumped out at TP2, but I retested it twice here, look, boom, boom, and then broke through the third time. So it went all the way up to here. So you caught even more if you stayed in the full trade. You're looking at nice profits there. Look at that. And that like 78 pips. 78 pips on your third entry. Another 66 pips. Unbelievable profits, man. So I would work though. Use Hot Forex as the best broker to use. So I'd write this down as well. Hot Forex is the best broker to use with the scanner source strategy. And you can use all time frames, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If you're working on the 1 hour chart and you get a currency pair and you want to get an early entry. So if I'm in here, look. So you look again. So you've got this is in for a sell position. So obviously, how the pattern works, obviously you've got your X, A, your B, your C. Wherever the D is, that's what position it's getting you in. So this is a sell. If your D was down at the bottom here, that's a buy. And have you seen how it's hit that that channel there, and then it's bounced off it, and now it's coming down. Now it's going bearish. So, but you wouldn't have got a first entry in any of these. But it's just, I'm just telling you, like, it whips back from that band. It doesn't have to be at the entry bang on. It can be after or just before, but it has to be on the band. But if I was gonna go into this currency pair here, so you see, look, see this, see how it hit the band, and didn't have to go bang on the entry, but it's hit that band and it's just whipped off it. And look at that, if you'd been in that trade there. Nice profits, man. But if you want to get your early entry in, if you're on the 1 hour, you can transfer it over to your trading view. So you can move it over to your trading view like I have here, look. So basically, how you do this is just my gold trade from earlier, by the way. It's, I've still got it open. So you just go down to here, look. On the side, you click the X, A, B, C, D pattern. And then you go to the scanner. And then obviously, wherever the pattern is, you just draw it up. They're two different pairs, sorry. So what pair are we looking at here? Euro and ZD. So I'd click the hour because that's what it is on the scanner. I click the hour chart. And then obviously I just draw it up from how I can see it there, you see. And just transfer it over. That was it. So it was here, look. So you just transfer it over. So that I'd put the X there, yeah. So make sure it's bang on. So literally you just draw it in yourself. There you go, your pattern. So obviously you've got your numbers here. You try and get it as bang on as possible. You try and get it as bang on. But obviously this is a bit different to harmonics. Sometimes they're a bit out from each other. So it's not really a massive deal because your pattern's in there. It's exactly the same place it should be. So there you go. Look, you've got your sell position there. And then you just get in that trade there. And then obviously you'd click on here, you'd get your take profits. And then you just enter your take profits in. So I'd got your coordinates, and then you just type in the coordinates from your scanner here, look. So it's pretty simple to transfer it over. So go back to my gold. So obviously earlier on, I transferred the gold off the scanner. So I'll get the gold up. It was on the 30-minute here, look. So I transferred this over to my trading view. So I could get the early entry because it was on the 30-minute on there. So I wanted to get that early entry in. So I brought it down to the 15 minutes and then drew it up. And then look, you can get that early entry in. So I entered like where this line is here. I drew it up so I could show you where I entered earlier on. So I got it on the 50 McGinley. So I got it on the third entry. You could have got it a bit earlier, but I managed to get the 50 in. So see how I was telling you before. This candle here, look. Get that over where. So that was a perfect candle for me to get in here. Because look, it's got a flat bottom. Just change the color of this. So you've got your flat bottom on the candle. You've got a bang on your cross. Can you see the cross? Down here, we've got downtrend. So it's downward momentum with your red bar. Your red bar is above your blue. So that's, and then obviously your ADX line is above the 40, and then your red is above the blue. So that was a perfect entry for the gold. So what I did, I brought my short position, got in. So earlier on, so I was telling you I normally do 15 to 20 pip stop losses, but because I was using a smaller lot size, because on your funded account, if you trade gold, you only allowed so many lot sizes. I think it's 4 free or something. I heard, so I put it on like I put the stop loss quite high on this one. I put it like to 40 pips. But in good job I did, or it kicked me out. So, and I brought it down to my TP3 straight away. And like that was a 1 to 4 trade. So I brought it straight over. So obviously now I would come down. So I got my entry here. Obviously collected all these pips, and then the market reversed, yeah. So, and then it nearly kicked me out the trade. And thank God it didn't, like. And then obviously it's just come straight back down. It just shot down hard, look, boom, 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 boom. And now it's starting to come back up. But when you start using your scanner, so that's pretty much how you use the scanner. You just want all them confirmations to line up what I've just went through. So obviously your Higanashi candles, your Dun chain channels, your McGinley dynamics, your stochastic, your AO and your DMI, if all these line up, and then you can get in the trade. And remember, like I say, remember your first entry is on your, what was that pair at? Was it here? So yeah, here it is. Look, guys, remember, yeah, your first entry was on your blue line, on the cross, flat bottom, blue line above the red. Yeah, sorry, mate, Harry. Yeah, you can transfer it over, mate. It's to get the early entry off the 1 hour. Do you know what? I've just been neglecting that chat box there. Sorry, people. But yeah, so you can transfer it over if you're on the hour, on the 30. Obviously, you're not going to transfer it over if it's on the 15, because you're not going to get an earlier entry than the 15. The earliest entry I'd get in is the 15. So I'd only transfer it over on the hour or the 30 minutes. But yeah, so your confirmations, I normally check the currency strength meter because it sort of tells you how quick your candles are going to move, doesn't it, really? Because if at the end of the day, if New Zealand was full bars and USD is 1 bar, I know New Zealand's going to fly, isn't it? So I just check them anyways. But that's pretty much it. But you can add. So once you learn the source, yeah, you can add divergence to it. I'm not going to get into divergences now because it's just a whole another level that. And you can also use your fibs. But if you already know how to use fibs and divergence, add it to this because it makes it even stronger. So, like for example, earlier on with this gold trade, I knew it was going to snap back when I drew that fib up. Yeah. That was there earlier on. So with your fibs, your 618, your 38.2, and your 50, they're all like price reversals. So as soon as I've noticed there, price come down, it went back up, it bounced off my 50 between my 618, rejected, it come down. My 1618 was on my take profit free, yeah. And then it bounced off my 1618. But you'll get to know, if you do like a fib class, you'll know what these levels mean. And if you add it to the source, you already know it's going to be like boom, boom, boom. You know where it's going to bounce. So and you can draw them up in loads of different ways, like little fib clusters. You see, you can draw them all different ways. But like I say, that's a whole different lesson on your fibs.
Kieran, I might have missed it, but how do you said that if you move it over to trading view, you can get like an earlier entry. What's the reason for that? Can you explain that to me again?
So for your early entry, so if you're on the hour, obviously you've got your hour candlesticks, haven't you?
You're moving down to another time frame, yeah?
So if you're an hour, on an hour, I'll show you like the live market. Try and get a decent one up.
So nice little trade.
Just going to try and get a perfect example up for you, that's all. These are all dead.
You've taken too much out of the market today, bro.
So like here, perfect look. So obviously you've got if I go over to here, New Zealand JPY, these are hourly candles, you see. So I might have been able to get an entry on this candle because if you get an earlier entry to your 15 minutes, you've got 15 minutes candle. There's 4 candles in between each candle. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So if I go to New Zealand JPY, this better work out for me here. Not as in on here because they're not flat bottoms, you see.
I get you though. So if there's a flat bottom and
if there's a flat bottom on a previous candle, you can get an earlier entry than the hour. But I'm trying to get a better, like for example, gold today. So this candle was shown up as an entry, but it hasn't got a flat bottom, you see.
Mm-hmm. So
I come over here, transferred it all over. And to get a first entry, you could have got a first entry, mate. You could have got a first entry here, look. So
yeah,
if this makes sense to anybody, yeah. So look at that. I could have got in that at this candle here. Because look, it's got a flat bottom. It's just crossed your 4 McGinley.
Yeah.
Come down here.
That'd have been a lovely trade. It was a lovely trade anyway.
Oh, honestly, I was so gutted, right? When I couldn't, if I'd have got in on that candle, yeah, I would have collected today. What you're talking like? So if I'd have got in on which candle was it? Yeah, it was this candle here. Look at that. I'd have got 300 pips today. In 11 hours, 300 pips. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? But I ended up getting, so I got in at this candle, but still, I've still got like 70 pips or something today. I still got nearly 200 pips today. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing too bad. But yeah, so this candle, I wouldn't use to tell me now. I wouldn't use to tell me in the chat box if I'd have got in of this one here, watch. So I know that he's all listening. Right, so would I have got in on this candle with them setups? Sorry, you can't see. You can't really see. Let me make this a different color. No, that didn't work, did it? Right, there we go. See that yellow line, yeah? Would I go? Tell me in the chat box if I'd have got in there. Alex, right? Anybody else? Right, why wouldn't I got in, Alex? There's one reason why I wouldn't have got in on that candle. One. Leanne, right, why wouldn't I have got in that trade there on that candle? Can anyone tell me?
It's because what is it, the DMI is under the...
That's it, mate, you bang on, look. So see this DMI here? Let me beef this up a bit so you can see properly. That's the only reason I wouldn't have got in. Let me put a 40 on here because it's going to make a lot more. Sorry about the soggy lesson, people, but I'll get better, you know. Right, there we go. Right, so your DMI, your ADX, sorry, on the DMI is not crossing. So the next candle, it's not quite crossed yet. Not quite, but boom, there we go. I'd have got in because it's fully crossed. That don't get in on the entry. Some people will get in when it's like that, but that can just soon turn and not cross. And then because you're trying to get in early. So, but I wouldn't risk that. I wouldn't risk getting in too early because then obviously you regret it because it could just go the other way for you. So you would have got in on this one here, on this line, on this set, you'd have got straight in there and you collected all these pips here. And I'm still in this trade now, people, right? I'm going to send it in the group chat now of that live because I'm still in this trade right now. But I took partial profits earlier on just to be safe. So I've already took 2.5K out of this trade just to be safe. And I'm still in it now because I believe it's still going to drop. So I'll just send that in the group chat so you can all see it now. So I've collected like nearly, if I jump out of this, that's like over $5 grand I took on this one trade today. And all I've used is 1% risk or something. So I'll just put that all in if you can all see that. But yeah, still, man, gold's the one. Who's talking about crypto, man? Everyone needs to get into this gold trading, man. I tell you what, I'd rather have loads of gold in front of me now than loads of little Doge coins or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much your sauce. But your divergence. 2 minutes, Harry. Let me read your comment. Is there a way I can see? Yeah, you can save. So if you go to your scanner source, yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you go over to your scanner, your harmonics, you can just click save. And then when you come to your chart layout, you can see that C4 thing. I tried to make my own little strategy, didn't I? Called it the C4 in it because it was explosive, man. But yeah, just say you can save it in, and every time you come over, so I'll refresh this harmonics now. Everything's gone. Watch. So everything's gone now. Nothing's there. I come down to my saved layouts and just click the source. There we go. It just brings it all up. Brings it all up for you. Nice. So whatever. No worries, Harry, mate. I'm glad you reminded me there. But it's the same thing here, guys. You can do it over here. This graph might scare people at the minute, like who can't read it, but I've just got all obviously my own support and resistance in there. But yeah, you can do the same here. You can just load your chart layout, click your source, just brings up that source, baby. There you go. I need to upgrade my my trading view because I can only get so many indicators on it at the minute, and I've been lazy and I haven't upgraded it. So I think I can only get like 1, 2, 3, 5 indicators I can only get at the minute. So what I have to do, I have to come here and like adjust one of the McGinleys. So for them people who can't afford the upgrade package yet, you can just, if you just have the 2 McGinleys, you can just modify your 20 to 50. It's pretty simple. That's pretty much the sauce. That's pretty much the sauce, guys. Like I say though, your divergence. Let me all know if you got what I was saying in the chat box. A couple of ones or something. Because I feel like I've missed something, but even if you go on a demo account, right, and start trading using this, and just test it out, and if it starts going your way, start using it. But obviously, I recommend the divergence, yeah, because it's really, really powerful when it's used in your trading with the source, like extremely powerful. So like it's just, for example, all divergences. So see that's, you've got that that's that low there. Well, it's higher than this low here because you count the wick, you see. And then if I come down to my AO here, it lines up. So you've got this. And then bring it to this here. So watch, this is divergence, but I'm not going to tell you how to use it now because we'll be here all night. So there, see how that's on the down? On the down, and then if you come here, on your AO, that's on the up. So that's divergence. But if you when you know how to use it, and if you include it in with the scanner source, honest to God, it's just absolute power. The times I trade, Leanne, I normally get up at about 5, 6 o'clock on the morning. Obviously, I've got a baby, so I have to anyway. I'll come downstairs. I'll look at all my harmonic scanner. I'll look at all my patterns. I'll see which one's the best trade for me. So look today. See gold there. Look at your channel. It's right on your entry point. And as soon as it's hit that entry point with that channel, it's just went boom and flew all the way down. And look, that's so 300 pips, 302 pips.
So all you're doing is waiting for that wick to happen on that channel if it's at the D point, and then you're just waiting for that candle to enter, yeah? As long as
yeah. So any pattern I open, because you've got, see, I like trading because I would recommend anyone who's on Forex. Chris Lawson went through this with us. He told me on the phone to do a journal, yeah, to do a trading journal. So just record everything I'm doing. Obviously, you'll have heard Kofi say it many times. Always, if you're doing HFX, you don't really need to, but if you're doing Forex and you want to become a full-time Forex trader, you will do a journal. You'll write down what currency pair you're trading at what time. So yeah, sorry, Leanne, I normally try to get done by 12 o'clock of placing trades, but I'll leave them open for as long as I need to. But I normally try to finish before the London Open. So I know that's what times I trade, what's best for me because of my journal. Because I've seen myself trade in the afternoon and placing them, and no problem. But I found myself placing trades in the afternoon and I losing trades. I found myself trading on the evening, definitely not, because you'll have to be leaving them open all night. But the best times for me to trade was morning. So because obviously from putting my journal every day, then looking back, I was getting most of my wins on my trades on the morning. And then obviously you sort of know what currency pairs you like to go for. So I like to trade GBP, me. That's like one of my favorite not because I'm British, because that's what I like to trade. Do you know what I'm saying? And so you've got like your shark pattern, you've got your Gatley. My two favorite, I like the Cypher and I like the Gatley. They're the patterns are more successful for me. So what's that big smile for, Harry? Come on.
No, it just made me laugh, bro. That GBP comment, it did make me laugh, to be fair.
Yeah. It's not because I'm British, mate. Obviously, if there was a Caribbean currency, I wouldn't trade it just because I've got Caribbean either. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Kieran, the question I got, mate, just a quick one. With that stochastic, when I watched the session with Bryony,
yeah,
she said that the stock line has to be outside of the box. Is that right, or does it just have to be the red on?
With the sauce, it doesn't really matter, mate. As long as it's above. This is obviously the training now, because I went through the boot camp, Harry, and obviously the training what I received on it. I think that might be the harmonic X strategy. I think you've got to wait for it to cross the top here.
Yeah, secret sauce, the same thing, isn't it? I'm just looking down my notes, basically what I took from Bryony's session before.
Yeah.
She had blue, so the note I've got down is blue and red lines need to be outside of purple box. This indicates market is at extreme level.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So obviously you'll get it. Say if you get it up here.
Yeah. So that means like it's being overbought, isn't it?
Yeah, but with the McGinleys though, so you could get an entry here with your third entry. You see. So
yeah,
see on my second, see on that entry here, it's down there. Look.
Got ya.
So on this candlestick there, that's on my second entry. Let me move this one so you got better visual. So there you go. On this candle there, that's your second entry, but that's not crossing down. You see.
Yeah,
so the blue, as long as that red line's above that blue, because at the end of the day, it could just keep going along the bottom. It could just keep going along, just like here. Look, it could keep going. Sorry. So and like your third entry, look where the third entry is. Look. So that's telling me that there's a third entry, and that's right at the bottom. And I was still getting. And look what the pips, mate. You're still collected here off that third entry. Look, you're still looking at 200 pips there.
Nice, mate. Nice.
So it doesn't really matter, really, to be fair. She's been doing it probably a bit longer than me, but obviously the Manny Q session, he didn't mention anything after to cross. I know on the harmonic X strategy, it's got to cross. It's got to cross down, yeah, because you're not getting free entries on that trade. You're just getting the one on the harmonic X strategy. So, but I've tried to combine the harmonic X with this, and it doesn't work properly. Because the harmonic X, you have to wait for it to hit that green entry, and it has to be a previous structure. But with this, the as long as it hits that channel and the channel's above the entry on the green or even below, it's still gonna. And don't get me wrong, you're not gonna come into this pattern and you're not gonna get every single trade. Do you know what I mean? But it is highly accurate. You just have to look at your currency pair. You have to look at your news. Obviously, study, because people will just come straight into this, yeah, and be like, oh, right, look at that pattern. It's telling me to sell. This is lining up. All this, I'm going to sell. But it has to be on a downtrend as well. Sorry. So, see, it's on a little downtrend anyway. So it's on a downtrend anyway. You see. So, and I'd look at the previous patterns, and it sort of tells you where it's going to go. But a lot of people, because a lot of the time, sometimes the harmonic scanner can be wrong. But as long as you put the effort into reading it, honestly, it's gonna be, you'll be fine. You're gonna win most. You're gonna win. I win most of my trades using it. I post my losses as well as my wins, because I don't want people thinking, oh, bloody hell, he's just winning. I like to post my losses as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's with this, mate, it's just literally as long as the red line's above the blue on your entries, you're gonna get in there. I wouldn't. If you're in doubt, get out. So if you're in doubt in the trade, get out. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt like Annie there. Get out. But yeah, if you're in doubt, get out. Simple as that. Like, I'm not in doubt about this gold trade today, and I've kept in it myself. To be fair. It's not because I'm greedy either, because I've got to get used to leaving trades open. I'm jumping out with them too early, and I've got to get into the habit of leaving them open. So look, now I'm getting bearish candles now. Look, so I reckon it's gonna come. I reckon it's me myself personally. I reckon it's gonna hit one of these two take profits. They're my own take profits, and I reckon it's gonna hit one of these two. Go on, Connor. I know you're eager to say something, bro. But yeah, have you got anyone got any more questions? Alice, you? But yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure. Like I've got a lot more comfortable towards the end there, like teaching and that, obviously. But yeah, he's been great, man, patient as, and couldn't ask for
Do it again.
You are, sorry.
I said, do you want to do it again? I'm joking though. That was good.
Yeah, if you want me to do it again, I'll do it again. But it's my little girl's birthday tomorrow. She's 1 tomorrow.
Let's go.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
I think the profit you've made today, bro, you don't even need to trade tomorrow anyway.
I know. I'm not even gonna weave it. So obviously it's a first birthday. There's that wait there. Show you my little gangster baby. That's my little gangster baby there, look.
Oh, share screen, bro.
Share screen.
Yeah, share your screen. Can't see her.
There we go. Boom.
Ah. Bless her.
She's saying, what's that? But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. If anybody else has got, cheers, Leanne.